All right, I think I've gotten all of the electrical brackets and stuff out of the firewall. The pieces are all there. The electrics are all up here. I think I'm going to take a minute to just zip tie some of these things together so that they don't just flop all over the place. It's getting to be difficult to see. So we'll just try and tidy this up a bit. And then the next thing that I'm supposed to do is get this heat shield out and remove this thing so I can take, I believe, so I can take the power cable out from behind there, which is going to the starter, I assume. I should add that that is the power cable that needs to go through this wall. There's a attachment on it right there, which I can't clearly pull this through the wall if that's attached. So that's going to have to get undone. My plan on that is to undo that, leave the little red thing hanging, put the nut back, and then pull it through. So moving on along, I pulled this off. Like Justin Ballou said, that would prepare me to remove that. That's taken off. This heat shield needs to come off, and this thing needs to come up somehow. Yes, so that this goes with the engine. That's right. Okay, so I'm not sure how this heat shield is actually attached. I can see this one, obviously. There is but moving that doesn't move this whole thing. It seems kind of stuckish. So I need to poke around a little bit and see what I can see. Okay, I took that thing off there, and this thing doesn't want to move very easily. I looked underneath, and there seems to be a bolt, at least one bolt way back in there that you get at from underneath, and it seems like this goes way back. I don't think I'm going to take this out. I don't think I need to. I think all I need to do is get this out of here, and then there's some kind of wire there. I don't know where it goes underneath, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So let's take this thing out. Okay, so those pins, I tried to pull them up and they didn't. The centers seem to go down. So I actually tapped on them and they did go down, and then I just tapped them, they went under the car, of course. And so now I'm gonna have to fish to find them, but that shouldn't be too hard. I lied. Those pins have dropped in those holes, which is inside the frame rail, which is enclosed. So yeah, we're gonna need to find something that'll fit in there to expand those. Those are just little expandy things. So you push them in and then it expands, so keep it there. More importantly, there's a clip there that's holding this wire, and that wire goes someplace, and God knows where, huh? Although, honestly, it probably sticks to the engine if I'm supposed to pull that through. Okay, discovery. So, up there is a clip. Can't see it from there, and it's covered in oil. But right underneath, there's one of those Christmas tree clips. Then that wire, which does indeed go to the starter right there, goes behind these two pipes. I'm pretty sure these are air conditioning pipes, which we're going to leave, and then goes through this doohickey, which is attached to the frame. So this is going to have to come out of here as well. All right, so that's unclipped. There's two tabs, one there, and two on the other side. That bracket stays behind, and this one goes with the thing. It goes to the starter. It goes up there, which is all now attached to the engine and disconnected. Now time to bring the power cables through. As far as I can tell, there is a negative, which is this one, and it doesn't need to go through because it's right there and it doesn't go anywhere. That one does need to go through, and disconnect, pull that through, and it'll be out. And then that whole thing will then be with the engine. Disconnected, I left the bolt in there for when that goes back together. And that's a 10, and I left the bolt in there for when that goes back together. That red one goes on top, and that's a 10 millimeter. Et voila. That's the hole. That's the grommet. There's the cable. Everything right there on top.